It's time to go to the thrift store. We are going to be doing two special things today. Number one, this is a Christmas episode, so we are going to be looking for some Christmas items to transform. And number two, Natalie, whom you all know and love from Design to the Nines, is coming with me, and she has never been to this thrift store.
I have not. I've been to the building, but not the thrift store itself, so I'm excited.
So we're gonna head on over there and see what we can find. What we're gonna do is we're gonna head inside, and Natalie is going to pick a very random item, and she's gonna be really nice because she's really nice.
I feel like I need to be harder this time, though. Like, I get flack for not being as hard.
I know, but like, we still have to be friends at the end of this. So she's gonna pick an item for me to transform. I'm not gonna see it till I get home and unbag it, and then I'll have to transform it into something that's very Christmassy.
I love it.
I love grandfather clocks. My grandpa had one in his home, and every time it chimed, I just felt so happy. And so every time I see a grandfather clock, it just reminds me of him.
I'm blown away. This might be the best thrift shop I've ever been in. Like, honestly, the furniture, the decor, like, it's all like money. So good.
This is a great example of how you can get a frame that's very affordable. You may not like the art inside, but look at the frame. It's only $5.99. That's so affordable. My fingers crossed that Natalie does not pick the frog cookie jar. Natalie's getting down on the bottom shelves there, trying to find some special treasures. You found some good stuff?
I found a couple things.
A couple things?
Yep.
She has a cart that's overflowing, so I think it's more than just a couple things. I found some good stuff. Let's head home. We're back in the car after a very successful thrifting shopping experience. Did you find everything?
Yes, it's a great store.
It's a great store, right?
Really good.
The only thing that caused me a bit of concern was a very large garbage sack.
You mean that one right there?
This one right there. Is that for me?
Well, I went dumpster diving in the back while we were shopping, and I just found a trash bag and I put it in here. So.
Oh man, you're really taking the I need to be meaner.
Yeah, I got so much flack from people, I decided to go hard this time.
Yeah, okay, well, there was a frog in there. I hope it's not the frog. But besides that, all right, well, let's head home and I'll open it, and hopefully it's not as bad as my gut is telling me that it is.
You'll never know until you
We'll
open
see.
it.
Got home from the thrift store and I carried the garbage bag inside. It's huge. Let's see what it is. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Oh, what is this, a basket? No, there's light fixtures on it. What is this? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, well, I like the color. It's nice and gold, shiny gold. That'll go with my Christmas decor. And maybe if I turned it around this way, oh, that could be maybe a Christmas tree. I've got some ideas. Natalie, good choice. I like this. You were kind. I appreciate it. Oh, goody. Well, before we get to transforming that thrifted chandelier, which I might add ended up fabulously, we are going to flip another one of my own finds. I found this on the very tippity top shelf at the thrift store. There are a whole bunch of lamps. I spotted these sensational glass and gold medium-sized lamps. These were too pretty to pass up. The detailing of the glass is so pretty, and you guys know I love gold, so the gold base, the top, and the center were perfect for me, and the lampshades looked brand new. Let's talk about the price. Each one was only $5.99, which is a steal. Here are the cons of the lamp. Now the golds are not in the same tone. The top is really shiny, the middle is definitely oxidized, and the bottom has these little splotches all over it that looks like it's rusty, and it just needs to be changed. Everything needs to be cohesive. And then one of the lamps is broken at the top. You can see the limp light bulb hanging off the side, so that's not gonna work for me either. But for the most part, these lamps were in good shape. I am going to disassemble these lamps. First, I took off the lampshade, then I tipped it on its side and peeled off the bottom, unscrewed the nut, cut the electrical wire, and then separated each piece individually. Once I was finished disassembling the first lamp, I moved on and did the exact same thing with the second lamp. I laid everything out, and this is actually my favorite part because it's kind of like playing Tetris, where you get to see which piece goes where and what I want to do. I can flip things around. I just love being creative and coming up with different alternative options. Now I have a plan in mind, but we cannot start yet until all of those pieces are cohesive in color. So I took them outside and I'm going to spray them in some gold Rust-Oleum spray paint. I made sure that it's sufficiently painted on the inside and around the rim. There's also these extra cylindrical pieces that are going to come in very handy in the future. Once all of these pieces were painted, I let them dry for an hour. Then I came back, flipped the base over, and painted the top side in the spray paint. Once it was completely covered in the paint, I let it dry for an additional hour. Along with these painted pieces, I also am going to be using 2 wood rounds. I love using these wood rounds. I actually have some on my nightstands right now. They are the base for some lucite reindeer and some frosty snow, and everything is covered in a glass dome. I purchased these at Hobby Lobby, and the ones that I'm using were only $2.49 a piece. So those are painted gold as well. Now I'm going to lay everything out. I've got all my pieces plus the 4 glass pieces from the lamp. It's time to assemble. I'm going to put my wood round down first. I got some E6000 and I added the E6000 to the bottom of one of the glass pieces and placed it in the center of the wood round. Then I took my second glass piece, added the E6000 to the tapered part, and placed that over the top of the first piece. Then I took that little cylindrical piece, added the E6000 around it, and then popped it down into the center. There's a hole that lines up both of these glass pieces, so by putting this little cylindrical piece in there, it actually acts as like a barrier, like a post that's gonna hold both of these glass pieces together. So we are lucky that I found this piece amongst all of the lamp parts. All right, so now we've got to add the top. So what we're going to do is use the base as the top. I added the E6000 to the top and pressed it firmly to the glass. I repeated this process with both of my lamps, and then I let everything dry for 8 hours. We have now created some display stands, candle holders, whatever you want to call them. These are so versatile. So versatile, in fact, I think you will be surprised in the way that we use them, which we are going to do in just a minute. I need to go on a quick shopping trip with my mother really fast. We headed over to Burlington Coat Factory and I found these frosted Christmas trees. They are the perfect size. They're not too small, they're not too big. The flocking on it is fabulous, and so is the price. Each one of these Christmas trees was only $14.99, which is a great deal. We are going to fluff up the branches on these Christmas trees. My mother is helping me do that. Look how cute she is. I absolutely love her and appreciate her help. During the holidays, there's nothing better than spending time with family, and my beautiful parents came to visit, which we love. So they're gonna help me out with all my projects. I'm gonna put them to work, right?
That's right.
Okay, so this is my mother Lori and my dad Ed, and I'm grateful that they're here. And I know that everybody loves to know who my parents are and who I belong to. So here we go. We love family, right?
She is ours.
She belongs to us.
Yeah.
Now we are going to decorate these beautiful trees. The first thing that we're going to add is a star. I purchased 2 of these light up stars at HomeGoods. They were $12.99 a piece. The coil that is going to hold them in place at the top is far too big for our little trees. So what I'm gonna do is just tuck it down a little bit further, and then I got 2 branches and I wrapped it around the coils, which will hold it in place and keep it upright. Next, I'm gonna add a segment of that sparkly champagne gold leaf garland, the beautiful leaves that we have right here on our garland on the fireplace. We have it on the Christmas tree. We've got it on our lampposts right over here. We have this beautiful leaf garland in so many areas around this house. So of course, we've got to use them on these trees. I purchased this garland at Hobby Lobby. It was only $13.99, but it was 50% off, so it was a great price. As you know, I love birds and I've got them all over my house. We have some white ornaments on the fireplace in my bedroom. We've got some white sparkly birds on the semicircle ornaments hanging in front of my wallpaper in the foyer and also on the lanterns. Well, I was at Ross and my mother, who is a great shopper, actually found this package of 4 bird ornaments. They are gold with these beautiful feather tails, and the entire package was only $5.99. That is such a deal. So I got 2 boxes of these birds, and I'm going to add them to the tree. Then I took some gorgeous ribbons, the same ribbons that we have throughout the house, more of the pearl picks and gold beads. I filled these trees full of all kinds of ornaments, ribbons, botanicals, everything that we have going throughout this space so that they tie together. Now it's time for the moment of truth. We are going to take our decorated frosted Christmas trees and we are going to put them inside of our candlestick display pieces that we made from the lamps. It fit perfectly inside of the base. The base has this lip, so it's kind of like a bowl, and it just hugged the bottom of these frosted Christmas trees. It could not have fit in there more perfectly. These beautiful glass lamp pieces add elegance and beauty to the bottom of our trees. They raise the trees up. It looks like our trees are on top of an expensive, pricey candlestick. They look luxurious, and of course, they are themed into our Christmas decor. Now you can see the burlap sack at the bottom of the Christmas trees, and I don't want to, so I took some wide satin ribbon and I wrapped it around it so it hid the burlap. Look at how stunning these Christmas trees look. I cannot believe that we were able to create these beautiful glass and gold stands from lamps that we purchased at the thrift store for $5.99. They look stunning. You would never know that that's the way that they started out. The Christmas trees were only $14.99. If you walked into a store and you saw these Christmas trees, you would think that they would cost an arm and a leg. Little do people know that we are bargain shoppers and that we are creative and that we can make some things that fit into our Christmas decor that add elegance and luxury without breaking the bank. I put these trees on either side of my buffet. This is the perfect spot for them. They can flank the mirror and add some height to either side. The weather's getting colder. We are spending more time inside and we're entertaining a lot more coming up into the holiday season, and we want our house to be spick and span. The problem is I don't have a lot of time for that. But guess what? I've got some help, and it's this Dreame L20 Ultra. This amazing vacuum was so easy to install. It just had a few steps. All I needed to do was fill up the water tank to the max level, place it back into the base. I added the cleaning solution, popped on the mop pads to the bottom, and let it fully charge. I downloaded the Dreame Home app. This also has smart home voice integration, so you can use Alexa or Google Home. This has Mop Extent, which is technology, intelligent algorithms that helps the L20 Ultra automatically extend and retract the mop to get within 2 millimeters in hard to clean areas around your house, because there are a lot of times where there's those little corners that you can't reach. Well, because this mop can extend, it can get it for you. This vacuum and mop combo is so strong. The vacuum has 7,000 PA suction. It also auto empties into the base. The mops are also self-cleaning and self-drying. Look at how easy this transitions from mopping my floors to moving up onto the rug or the carpet. My house is packed right now. I've got my parents here, my in-laws are here, I've got an aunt and uncle. The house is buzzing, which I absolutely love, but inevitably we're gonna have things all over the ground like shoes. Don't worry, the L20 Ultra has obstacle avoidance, so it will go around these items. The AI Action 3D structured light and built-in LED helps identify up to 55 types of objects and plan routes around them. If you want your floors sparkling clean from edge to edge, hard surface to carpet, then the L20 Ultra is for you. I have a 5% off coupon code that will save you additional money off the already super low Black Friday prices. I will leave the link in my description box as well as the coupon code. So our beautiful trees are in place. We've got this whole buffet that we've got to decorate, and we are going to do it in a frosty village winter scene. Why? Because that's what we've got throughout our entire house. The kitchen right back there has all of these wintry villages displayed. And then we move to the outskirts of town, which is the breakfast table, and we've got our reindeer in the forest, and then we move to the Christmas tree and the garland on the fireplace and the lampposts. Every wintry village has got to have some lampposts, so that's what we have right here. And now we're coming over to the residential area. So in our residential area, we need to have a few more houses displayed. I don't want to spend a lot of money, so I'm trying to find some houses that are beautiful but affordable. And I found just that when I spotted these tall, slender village houses at Target. They're white and sparkly. These pretty village houses were only $5 a piece. Yeah, fabulous, right? Now, they are pretty plain, but that is not a problem for us. So what I did was I got a Dollar Tree gold paint pen, and I outlined the raised portion on these houses. I'm going to trace around the windows, all of the window panes, the door frame, and any other details that I want highlighted. The house already looks so much better now, but there are some swags on our house which I want to highlight. Now, if you remember, I made some ornaments out of these little wreaths that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. I had some left over. What I did was I untwisted the wreath and pulled it into a straight line. This is wired. There's a wreath on the front door, so I bent this greenery into a circle and then hot glued it to the door. Then I got a segment of thin gold ribbon, tied it into a bow, and hot glued it to the wreath. I took another segment of this wired leaf garland, bent it into a swag, and then hot glued the greenery right over the swag that's on the house. I took more of the thin gold ribbon, tied it into a bow, and then hot glued it to the center of the swag. I did this one more time. I cut a segment of the greenery, bent it into a swag, hot glued it to the top portion of the village house, and then added a gold bow to the center. As many of you know, pearls is a big accent that I'm using in my Christmas decorations this year. So I'm going to add a few little pearls throughout the wreath and the garlands to tie in with all the other pearls that we have in the room. But I think the pearls just add that pretty little touch of luxury and add an elegant detail to these houses. Look at how adorable these houses look. They started out as sparkly $5 Target houses that were very plain. This took me a couple of minutes to embellish, but it looks so customized now. I love the gold trim around all the windows, the swags and the wreath add a pop of color. The pearls and the gold bow add elegance to our houses. If you're looking for a way to get a substantial Christmas decoration that is not going to break the bank, these little village houses from Target are fabulous. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to place them on top of a clear cake stand. What I did was I got one of those frosted wreaths that I used in my bedroom. I purchased these at Hobby Lobby. I had some extras, so I put that on top of the cake stand, and now I can take my little village house and place that right in the center of the wreath. The frosted wreath adds additional color and texture, which is perfect for our little village display. What I decided to do first was add a cream runner. This is the perfect size and the perfect color because it doesn't take away from any of the other details that we have on it, because it is pretty busy. So we want the runner to be there but kind of just disappear. On top of that, I put a mirrored tray. This is a large mirrored tray. It's got a gold rim around it, and I love the reflection that a mirror adds to the space. In the center, I have a large village house that I purchased a couple years ago at Home Goods. This village house was a little more expensive. I think it was around $50, but it's offset by the fact that we have our $5 Target ones. So we splurged in some areas and we saved in others. Then off to the side, I have some lucite reindeer. I purchased these at Hobby Lobby. The lucite coordinates beautifully with our glass lamp display pieces, and these pretty little reindeer have some silver antlers, which is great because our color scheme again is the champagne gold, gold, touches of pewter, and winter white. So the silver on our lucite reindeer ties all that pewter color together. So I've got one kneeling down on one side and one standing up on the other side. And we have the most important person in the village front and center, and of course that is Santa Claus. So we've got him standing up right in front of one of our little village houses, and then I filled the entire display with all kinds of bottle brush Christmas trees. I've got them in a variety of different sizes and shapes, and some I even added to little teeny tiny votive candle holders. So it has like a little Christmas tree base. Isn't that adorable? So I've got these displayed, and having them inside of these votive candle holders is a great way to add extra color and height to these bottle brush trees. I love the way this entire village scene looks. From the flocked Christmas trees displayed on top of our reinvented glass lamps, to the embellished winter village houses, and all of the other festive holiday touches, this truly looks like a magical winter scene. And now that we're done with this display, that means this entire space is completely decorated and ready for Christmas. We're done with the kitchen, the breakfast area. We have our tree up, our fireplace mantle is completely decorated. We've got our lamp posts, we have pillows on the chairs, and now we have this beautiful display over here on the buffet. I love the way that it looks during the day, but you guys, at night, it just is simply magical. We've got our stars that light up on top of our Christmas trees. We've got the village houses that light up as well. And this ties in with all the other sparkly lights and flickering candles that we have throughout this room. This truly is a sight to behold. A couple of the items that Natalie got at the thrift store were these beautiful plates, which she made over. But not only did she make them over, we're going to do something special with those plates.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody what we're going to do?
Okay, so in my recent gift giving episode, I issued a challenge called the Jessie's Challenge, where I want to challenge people to go out and give a quiet gift that just lifts somebody up and makes them feel better. So we are going to go to some ladies in our church who are either widows or struggling, and we're going to just doorbell ditch some cookies.
They're not going to know it's from us. Hopefully they'll still eat them.
Hopefully.
But I want to show everybody like how beautiful these are. She made these
Thank you.
cookies, she made the plates, And this is such a wonderful thing to do during this holiday season. It's a good thing to do all year long, but especially during the Christmas season. I love that we can do something, I would say, anonymous for others, and hopefully lift them up and make them feel better. Go ahead.
We need a little goodness in the world.
We do. And we're going to bring you along with us.
Let's do it.
And we'll see how good our doorbell ditching skills are.
Can't get caught.
It's been a while. So we'll see.
I know, I'm old.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, we got a duck. So she doesn't see us. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, should we knock? Yeah, let's do it. We're here at house number 2.
Yep.
We didn't get caught at the first one. We're hopefully not going to get caught at this one. However, there are a lot of neighbors out.
There are, like, we're going to have to talk to them.
Yeah, we might look a little suspect running down the street. So
We look trustworthy.
right, I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, wish us luck. If you like videos like these and you want to see more, then you have come to the right spot. Right now I am posting videos on all things Christmas twice a week from now until mid-December. So make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss out on any of the fabulous holiday decorations and DIYs. All right, you guys, it's time to tackle the chandelier. Oh man, so there's nothing else to do than to just get to it. Now, this chandelier is a fabulous size. I absolutely love the color on it, and it's really in great shape, which is surprising coming from the thrift store. And the best part about this is that this light was only $14.99. So we are going to now disassemble this light fixture. So I got out all of my tools and I started to take it apart. You guys know that I take chandeliers apart all the time. No big deal, right? Well, this chandelier was stubborn. Whoever built this chandelier built it so it would not come apart because, wow, it was really difficult. So I enlisted the help of my dad and my son Blake, and I said, here you guys go. Please disassemble this. I need the center taken out. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
You guys are helpful. After a while, the center was still intact, so I needed one more helper. My daughter's boyfriend, Mac, came over, and the three of them took out the center. My dad, Blake, and Mac were able to pull out the center lighting. Hooray for them. I am so grateful for these helpers. Sometimes it's difficult for me to do projects on my own, so I am grateful that I have some people that I can rely on, like these lovely gentlemen. All right, so now that the center has been pulled out, we need to embellish our beautiful gold Christmas tree. I have some leftover hanging chandelier pieces from the light fixture in my living room. I'm going to add those to the top of my tree. Then I have a whole bunch of teardrop crystal pieces. I'm going to hang them on the tree with some ornament hooks. I hung them evenly around the perimeter. Look at how fancy those crystals look. They flicker and sparkle. I just love it so much. I also have some glass icicle ornaments that we are going to add at the end. But before we do that, we need to place some poinsettias on our Christmas tree. Now, a couple days ago, my darling friend Allison brought me this Advent wreath. It has some beautiful poinsettias on it. It was such a thoughtful gesture. She made it. She's so creative. And Allison, I got inspiration from you because I loved these poinsettias so much. I went and got some of my own. So I'm going to take these poinsettias and more of those champagne leaves. I wired them together and then I wired them to the tree. Next, I took a plain white poinsettia, poked the stem of the poinsettia into one of the holes on the tree. I took a segment of floral wire, threaded it through the top of the ornament, and then attached it to the tree. Then I simply continued to add these poinsettias and champagne gold leaves sparkly gem ornaments all the way around the perimeter of our tree, leaving some spaces open so you can see the crystals shining through. To fill in some of those vacant spaces, I'm going to create some bows out of the same ribbon that we have throughout our house. This ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. I have the same pewter ribbon that I have on my lamp posts, along with some sheer white ribbon. I looped these ribbons into a bow, and then I took a segment of floral wire, wrapped it around the ribbons, and then attached it to the tree. I added several of these large fanciful bows to our Christmas tree. I added the bows to fill up the space. It also makes our tree feel more elegant and adds a different color variation, and it also softens all the hard metal that we have from the structure of the gold tree. Our tree is nearly finished, but every tree needs either a tree skirt or a tree collar. We are going to actually double dip. We're going to go back to our lamps, and I'm going to use the lamp shade from one of our thrifted lamps as the collar for our Christmas tree. Now it's plain right now, which is not a problem. We're going to add some Merry Christmas ribbon to the bottom. Again, this Merry Christmas ribbon is ribbon that I have throughout the house, and all I'm going to do is hot glue this ribbon around the perimeter of the lampshade. I'm adding it to the bottom because we want to be able to see the ribbon. Adding this ribbon to the tree collar definitely themes this lampshade into Christmas. Now I'm going to take my Chandelier Christmas tree and place it on top of my lampshade collar. These two pieces look like they were meant to go together. They fit together perfectly. Now that our tree is raised up, I have the additional space so I can add those glass icicles to the tree. These ornaments add extra sparkle and extra dimension to our tree, and of course they tie in with the other crystals and gems. The last thing that we're going to add is a star at the top. I have a gorgeous white star that's in here on this Christmas tree. It's actually an ornament that I purchased at Michael's a few years ago. I have another one, so I'm going to wire this star ornament to the top of our Christmas tree. It ties in with our color scheme. It's the perfect topper. We're done, you guys. Look at how fabulous our Chandelier Christmas tree looks. I am so excited about this. I don't think there are many people out there that have flipped a chandelier into a Christmas tree, so I know that I have a unique piece of Christmas decor. Not only is it unique, but it is absolutely stunning. And you see it as you first enter the house. There it is, right there on the table in the dining room. With a little creativity and vision, we were able to turn our challenge item that Natalie found at the thrift store into a show-stopping piece that you see right as you enter the house. It's definitely a piece that I want to keep and continue to use for years. So great find, Natalie. I'm so happy that you chose the chandelier instead of the green frog. Oh, okay. Well, it was such a fun episode, you guys. We hung out with friends, with family. We got to do some acts of service, and people served me. I love this time of year because you can get outside yourself and think about others. You can strengthen relationships that you have with family and friends, and you can spend quality time together. And hopefully you can do it in a home that's decorated for this special time of year. You guys saw that we did not spend that much money today. We definitely kept costs down. So head to the thrift store and see what you can find and transform. This definitely proves that you can live beautifully and you can do it on a budget. Natalie and I are going to be doing a meet and greet on November the 22nd at the Water Lantern Festival. We're gonna have a little booth set up. We're gonna be doing some giveaways. We're just gonna have the best time. I have a link to the tickets that you can buy, but I also have a coupon code which will save you some money. We would love to meet as many of you as possible, but we are realistic and we know that many of you do not live anywhere close by, so it would be difficult for you to come. But just know that we are thinking of you and we appreciate every single one of our fabulous friends and subscribers. All right, now that you're done watching my video, head on over to Natalie's channel and see what she did with her thrifted items. She's going to be doing a 3-minute challenge and we're going to have to see who won, but you know, I've got my treasure right here. We'll see. All right, well, thank you everybody for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful week.